Wakey wakey. I'm in Charleston, South Carolina. In addition to the beautiful architecture and eating all the great food, I've also been learning about its history. That's a history that's important to understand as you experience the city and still echoes across the country today. The history of slavery. During the time of slavery, Charleston was an important port, with many ships arriving to unload their human cargo on the docks right here. Slaves sold here in Charleston were often put to work on the highly profitable plantations, making rice, indigo, and later cotton. Locally, slave dealing was done by men like Henry Lawrence, whose house is a lot like these behind me. In 1750, Lawrence was supplied slaves by a British ship captain called John Newton. Born in London, Newton was conscripted into the Royal Navy, but after trying to desert, was traded onto a slave ship. Later in life, he would go on to be a first mate and captain of slave ships himself, bringing at least 3 voyages of slaves across the Atlantic, one of which we know docked in Charleston. Both Newton and Lawrence went on to regret their time in the slave trade. In 1772, as an ordained minister, Newton would write the hymn Amazing Grace, an autobiographical tale of his personal salvation from his past sins. Amazing Grace would go on to become an anthem for social justice, including African Americans fighting for their rights within the United States. After the 1750s, we don't know if Newton ever returned to Charleston, but we do know that his hymn lived on here. Seems fitting that President Obama would sing the hymn at the memorial for the victims of the church shooting that occurred here.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
I hope you enjoyed this brief look into Charleston's history and it made you want to visit. For me, understanding some of the forces that both built the city and continue to shape it only make Charleston more captivating.